Sometimes you are asked to solve a formula for a variable. So let's look at how do we solve a formula for a specific variable. Number one, we have area equals 1/2 base times height. So this is a common formula for the area of a triangle. And in this question, sometimes we want to solve for a different piece. So for example, let's say that we were asked to solve for h. What that means is, instead of having a equals like we have right now, we want to solve for h. So our goal is to get h equals. So we can see if we can isolate our variable h. The first thing to think about is what is being done. So here we have 1/2. Let's get rid of this 1/2 so we can at least clean it up one piece at a time. So to get rid of that 1/2, we can multiply both sides by 2. Because 1/2 times 2 gives us 1. So whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So that leaves us with 2a equals bh. Now bh really means b times h. So in order to undo that multiplication, let's look at division. B divided by b is just 1, just like if it were a number. So that leaves us with 2a over b equals h. So now we have solved for our variable h. Let's try again. Number 2, we have c equals 5/9 times f minus 32. Now there's two ways to go about this. One way you could do this is distribute your 5/9. Distribute it to here and to here, and then clean it up from there. It helps if we know what we're solving for. Let's solve this for f. Another way would be to get rid of your 5/9, just like we got rid of the 1/2 over here. So here we have 5/9. So in order to get rid of it, we can multiply both sides by 9/5. If we multiply 9/5 times 5/9, that will cancel to 1. And that will leave us with 9 over 5c equals f minus 32. To undo our subtraction, we can use addition. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So now we have 9 over 5c plus 32 equaling f. And now we have solved our equation for f, just like it asked us to in the original. Let's try again. Number 3. We have m equals c times 1 plus r, and we're asked to solve for r. So again, a couple ways that you could go about this. You could distribute first if you wanted, or you could divide both sides by c. It doesn't matter, either way is mathematically correct. We have multiplication by c right now, so let's divide both sides by c to get rid of that piece. That leaves us with m over c equaling, well, c over c cancels, 1 plus r. I don't want 1 plus r anymore, I just want r. So if we're trying to solve for just r, we need to get rid of this 1. So subtract 1 from both sides. Now be careful. I don't know what the value of m over c is, so I can only write it like this when I want to subtract 1. So getting rid of the m over c would necessitate having numbers. We don't know those. So when we have m over c and we just subtract 1, it just goes right next to it like that. And then we have equals 1 minus 1 is 0, so we're just left with r. Let's try number 4. Negative 5x plus 3y equals 12. And we're asked to solve for y. Well, here's our y right here. So we're going to need to get rid of this negative 5x and this 3. So let's start with the negative 5x, just like we did when we were solving the equations. So let's move the 5x to the other side. Negative 5x plus 5x gives us 0, and whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So that leaves us with 3y equals 12 plus 5x. Now I don't want 3y, I just want y. So to undo our multiplication, we use division. When you use division, make sure you divide the whole side. We're dividing this whole side by 3, so we have to divide this whole side by 3. 3 over 3 cancels to 1, so then we're left with y equals 12 plus 5x all over 3. Now that could be finished right there. If you wanted to, you could split this. You could say y equals 12 over 3 plus 5x over 3. And then you would be able to simplify 12 divided by 3 is 4, but you would not be able to simplify the 5x over 3. You can leave it like this, or you can leave it like this. Either one is perfectly fine.